what I wanted to show from this is where I kind of almost gave up on industry. What you'll find, this is actually shockingly common, is if you can see the top line, I have the vectors, Jita sort of buy and sell, and the rest of the stuff is the base mats for the build. And yeah, sure, I mean, you can get 10% less by researching it, blah blah. But then there's tax that you would pay to sell it, um, and uh, and the part that shocked me here, you look at this, it's like, oh, 15 to 16 for the product, but the mats, the input mats, it's like 15 to 16 again, right? It's like there's almost no um, like profit in clicking this build button. So, unlike a real product, like if, I'm building whatever, a Honda Accord or something, whatever, um, you know, Honda gets value, right? Because they have steel or whatever, plastic, and they can use their patented process and build whatever, and they have a brand so they can sell their product for a profit. um in New Eden, there's shockingly little profit in actually converting the inputs to the outputs. There are ways that the top tier builders, you can squeeze the value out of reducing your taxes, the system cost, going to a cheaper area. There's a lot of ways to squeeze a little bit of profit out, but um, the general markets. Sorry, it's just an analogy. I wish it did. Yeah, I mean, there's no branding, right? So the Eve industry, it's um, you can't differentiate yourself that way, and so that creates this thing where there's again very little. There's enough builders out there that there's not a ton of value. um, the margin is very small. Um, to build mass scale product and try to take it to a large market like Jita. So starting out, that's kind of what you don't want to do, I guess. Um, Again, but I guess don't lose hope. It's just that on day one, you're definitely not gonna compete like this, like with thinking that I can just build something and that alone, the process of just converting inputs outputs makes a lot of money. It's not, and the key. So again, don't please don't just quit this class right now. I almost gave up on industry after looking at stuff like this. um, the key really is location, 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 and it's like a kind of a niche. So if Jita, is the Walmart, whatever of New Eden, you have to think of like what you're gonna start doing is like you're gonna be a convenience store, owner down the street, and you're gonna sell the gum and the Monster Energy drinks, the same stuff that people can buy, let's say at Costco, but you're gonna have the convenience and you know that kind of thing, and that's kind of where there's a local demand, because there's a college near you, so you can sell all the Monster Energy drinks. So that's where you're gonna kind of find your niche, and that's to me like the best way or the easiest way, um, kind of to get started. Um, okay, I'm gonna switch back to the Eve client now. Oh, any questions, I guess, in the chat, or you can either chat it or type it while I switch. Yeah, how to find the niche. You're, I mean, I think ideally I can tell you kind of what I did, but it's like the definition of a niche. Like you're gonna find it as you go, but I'll kind of tell you what I did. So I spent the first like 30 days or so kind of just lurking on the rookie chat, and I would watch to see what's recommended to new players. And something like this comes up, like they'll recommend Fitz, and you can click on these fits and see what's in them. And of course, whatever's in them. If people are being told to buy this stuff, then that would be, they gotta buy it. And so what I did for me personally, I stayed close to my starting system, knowing that there'll be a lot of other players kind of in my shoes, getting the hints about the beginner fits, whatever, and I kind of like built from there. And um, like okay, so the type of item, and that's kind of where I kind of gave the ship as the kind of the negative example. That's a very tough item to compete with because of the margins. Um, Items that I found work really well early on. It's gonna be what I did really was it's T1 small rigs. It's because there's a lot of frigates out there being used for everything from like I don't know faction warfare to explorers. A lot of frigates, um, and they get blown up a lot, relatively cheap. And every time you fit a frigate, you're gonna need the rigs, and the rigs never drop. So you end up with a product that has a decent amount of demand. And uh, I guess on the other side, that makes these T1 rigs really nice is the inputs are salvage. And so you have people, mission runners, that just want their money. So a salvage item, let's, let's go to this thing here. A salvage item tends to have pretty good spread like this because um, there's a lot of people that want to just dump. So like if you put a buy order here, it's kind of um, it's easier to get this kind of input at a good price. And on the flip side, the resulting um, the resulting product actually has value. So again, I don't know if I'm kind of sounds like I'm saying the opposite of what I said before, but um, I wouldn't say the value is in clicking that build button. You do get value in converting the inputs, which in this case is a kind of salvage, which people like to just dump to the market, and you can convert it to a rig, which has value to people that like to fit, their ships, and you don't want to wait. Fitting items are actually nice because people buy them outright. Like, they want to fly, right? So they're gonna buy their items. They're gonna fly to their hub and they're gonna buy. Um, Sorry, can you guys still hear me? It does chop in and out because I have to like hold this push to talk button. But um, okay, cool. Yeah, so my start was really these T1 small rigs, and again I stayed kind of close to my home system. Um, and this is just the trade hubs. So you kind of want to set up kind of close to a hub, and if you kind of read into the lines of what I was talking about before, like going to a place like Jita would be very difficult. It's so competitive. So starting out, I would definitely recommend one of these potentially like less busy trade hubs. So I started in Dodixie. I was Galente. I've been to these other ones. I've operated near all of them, I think, except Jita. I haven't done industry near Jita. I've done market stuff, but haven't uh, haven't wanted to go toe to toe with Costco or whatever quite yet. Um, but yeah, I've set up near Amar. So Amar is nice too. It's a little bit bigger than the Dixie, so you get more volume. Um, okay, so there's this relationship right with um, volume and spread and so okay, so higher volume market means your things will sell, so your stuff will sell, but like there's more people doing it, so like you're competing with other builders. So there's that trade, and um, the volumes. Okay, so if you go to a smaller trade hub, like I'm here in Dodixie, like the margins are higher. Like these spreads are higher. So for almost every item, like this buy and sell spread is higher because there's less traders here, less volumes moved per day. And for someone starting out, that's actually a good thing. It means that your buy orders feel potentially slightly lower. People are willing to accept a little bit less. On the flip side, your items sell for a little bit more. Again, less volumes traded, but you get that spread. And I think starting out, that's actually super important because that spread is the profit, and that's what you kind of want.